and hello, y'all, and welcome on back to another episode of Creators Spicy Tea. This is the podcast where we get brutally honest, really, really, really fucking real, and we spill all the tea about what it takes to thrive as a digital creator, especially if you are navigating the wild world of adult content. If you're new here, I'm AlleyRope. I am your spicy nerd who also happens to be a six-figure content creator. And today we are diving headfirst into something that's quietly destroying more creator careers than anything else. And to be very honest and really very vulnerable with y'all, this is something that's almost taken me out of this game more times than I can count. And quick disclaimer, this is a video episode, yes, but we do not have guests. I know that is weird. I am trying to make them all video episodes. Bear with me. It's a 50-50. But today we're talking about burnout. Yeah, we all know a little bit about burnout, right? We all have a little bit of experience, that creeping, gnarly, soul-sucking feeling where your brain is screaming, no, no more, no. And then that algorithm is just whispering, well, you need one more. You need to get some up today. You know you need to. Oh, you guys, I get it. Today we're going deep into what burnout looks like for content creators, especially adult content creators, why it hits us differently, and what you can do if you're feeling that little edge of it, or if you are already just knee deep in the pit of shit. So if you're tired, if your content feels more like a chore than a passion, if you're sitting there thinking, do I really have to open my DMs today? Do I really? Yeah, Annie, this one's for you. Okay, let's be real. Burnout is not just being tired, and we can all admit that. It is a full body shutdown. It's the mental fog, the emotional flatline, the loss of joy, the creative block that makes you question your entire existence. And unlike that regular 9-to-5 type job, right? There's no sick leave. There's no HR to go to. There's no PTO. If you don't show up in adult content creation, the platform doesn't care. The algorithm moves on, the money slows down, the DMs dry up, and it's a really harsh reality. And that's exactly what makes content creator burnout so honestly dangerous. Especially for those of us doing this solo, those of us who are here doing it all, doing it personality forward, and doing it with the added pressure of needing to be sexy, charming, funny, strategic, and always available, right? So let me break it down for you, because this is not your regular burnout. This is creator burnout. It is a little bit of a different beastie. But before we get into the real meat and potatoes of this, I wanted to acknowledge something first. I have the best job in the entire world. And you can come to me and you can argue with me and say, oh no, my job is better. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. This career, this is my dream. I get to create every day. I get to just be artistic and be personable and meet new people and have new experiences and we foster new relationships every day. And that is my job. I am the most lucky human being alive. And I want to make absolute certain that that is said and acknowledged. That from what I'm going to say from right here out, it's going to make this sound horrible. It is the best job ever. But let's talk about creator burnout and how it can take everything you have, all that joy I just said, and drain it dry. First off, let's talk about the fact that we are always on. We are always required to be online. You ever try and take like a mildly longer vacation time and you come back and you look at your stats and you're like, oh, that is a desert. Yeah, that is the punishment that we could get for just resting. Algorithms don't reward breaks. If you're not just working hard, you guys. You're working in a system that penalizes rest. It's kind of against us. Then there's the identity bleed for creators, especially adult creators. Our brand is us, our personality, our relationships, our body, our literal self is the product. So when you feel tired of your content, you're not just tired of work at that point. You're tired of being perceived, tired of being seen, tired of performing a version of yourself on demand, and that shit gets heavy. I know for myself personally, there are some days where if I have to go on camera, I'll lose my freaking shit. I tried so hard not to cuss on that one. Oopsie. I will intentionally request meetings change from video call to audio just because the thought of continuing to be on camera or being seen in that moment by other people is just too much. Too much. And then plus, again, most of us are doing everything solo. Planning, editing, posting, selling, marketing, chatting. You're managing your own self. No assistant, no team, and the work never really ends, does it? You finish taking a batch of photos. Okay, great. Well, now we have to go edit them. Well, now we have to watermark them. Now we have to, you know what I mean? You clear your inbox and it's full again by the next morning. And it's not just the physical labor, because this job can be exhausting physically, but it is the emotional labor that we're talking about. Speaking of emotional labor, let's just talk parasocial relationships. If you're offering your experience being more of that girlfriend type, you're more open, more personable, one-on-one sessions, custom content, things like that, you're not just a creator. At that point, you're a therapist, you're a best friend, you're a fantasy, a dopamine hit, and that's not just time that you're using. That's your energy, and it drains so fast to be all of that for other people. All right, now let's add in the financial pressure. Unlike salaried jobs, again, you don't post, you don't earn. If you don't work, you don't get a check. And if you're like most creators, your income swings from feast to famine. So 1 month you are crushing it, getting that bag popping on the internet. Gotta remember to bleep that. The next month you're like, shoot, is Uber Eats that bad of an idea to start working? That kind of stress, y'all, that wears on your nervous system. And that burnout lives in that uncertainty. All right, now let's just talk one-on-one, spicy accountant to spicy accountant, you and me, real quick. Creator burnout, our burnout, isn't just more intense because of the workload. It's more dangerous. You're dealing with stigma, safety issues, and very real emotional boundaries being tested, pushed, obliterated daily. That kind of exhaustion that we feel doesn't come from shooting one too many TikToks, right? No, it comes from emotional intimacy. It comes from selling intimacy, emotional connection, sexual energy, all of that. And when your work is literally wrapped in your body, in your sexuality, and your performance of desire, it can mess with your sense of self. You know, I've had many creators tell me they go one of two ways. Either they become sexually liberated or they forget what turns them on because everything has become a performance. You know, I've seen creators push through illness, grief, shit. I haven't even seen a superhero woman push past, like she gave birth like 3 weeks and then she was doing this again with barely a pause. Why? Right? It's because we're terrified that everyone will leave, that the platform will punish us, and that our income will dry up. And you know what? Hi, I'm Allie, and I'm guilty of many of those things myself that I just said. That's kind of why I wanted to talk on burnout today. It's so easy to make ourselves push it. It's so easy. But let's talk about kind of what burnout kind of looks like. Because maybe you're sitting there wondering, am I actually burnt out, or am I just tired, or am I just lazy, or am I just failing? Oh, honey. Here's what burnout looks like in real life, okay? You dread opening your DMs, right? Creating content feels like beyond pulling teeth. It feels like getting a root canal with no numbing, nothing. You're just horrible. It feels like you're snapping at your fans for their normal requests. Your creativity is dried up like Sahara Desert, dried up. You feel like you're losing yourself, like your online persona has maybe eaten the rest of you, and all you are is your online persona now. Does any of that sound familiar at all? Because it's not weakness. It's not you failing. It is a system that demands too much from a human being, and honey, you're allowed to feel it in your soul. You're allowed to feel that burnout and that frustration and that stress. That is valid. But let's pivot, because we can't just be here today to vent, as fun as it's been. Let's try and help each other to survive and thrive. Take the break. Take the break. The actual break, not I'm still on the platform, but I swear it's not working. No, stop it. Close the app, put away the phone, schedule your messages, schedule posts, log off, take your break. Batch and schedule your content like your sanity depends on it, because honey, it does. You can shoot 3 photo sets and like 2 short videos in one day, cut that up, stretch that out across platforms, and be done for weeks and not have to worry about it. And reclaim your boundaries. Do not answer your DMs after you are offline. Once you are offline, you're offline. Don't shoot customs that violate your comfort zone. Don't let anyone buy more access to you than you're willing to give. Don't spend more of your own capital than you receive in return. And diversify your income. If you're only relying on fan sites and you're putting all your energy and your stress and all of this into one algorithm, add in pre-mades, sell audio here or there, get on clip sites, do some physical selling. Diversification is survival and growth. And have a life. I know that sounds rude, but have a life outside of this. Have one hobby. Have one something outside of this that you love and you cannot capitalize on. Because yes, you will. If you find a way, you will capitalize on it, and then it will just become another piece of work. Have a life. And talk to people who get it. You know, join chats like the Discord server, creator resource chats, and just get everything out of your system. And lower the bar. Give yourself some grace. Not everything has to be perfect. And you know what? A lot of times, your subscribers and your buyers, they want you. The real you. The messy you. The human you. Okay. Deep breath. If you're listening to this and maybe you're feeling a little called out, maybe you feel like some of this hit a little too close to home, I see you, I feel you, and believe me when I say half of this, I was just talking to myself and trying to get it through my head. I want you to know you're not being lazy. Because if you're like me, that's what your inner monologue is telling you. You're lazy. You're not. You're burnt out, and that is not the same thing. Your value is not measured by how much content you can fake out. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to pivot. You are allowed to change your mind, honey. And if you need help finding balance again, I feel you. That's part of what this entire content creator community or network of communities, Creators Spicy Tea, and the private Discord server for creators, creator resource chats, that's what they were built for. To give everyone some balance and understanding. If that means joining those communities, or if that means just binging some content creator podcasts in your PJs while you take a break, with the DMs actually turned off, I get it. And you are valid to do them both. Take the break, honey. Promise you it'll help you in the long run. So be gentle with yourself. You don't have to hustle your way into the hospital to prove you are worth it. Your success will not die if you take a nap. It won't die if you take 2 to 3 days off. It won't die if you take 4 days off, honey. I can keep going. We can get to 5 and 6. All right, y'all. That's it for today's episode. If this hit home, share it with another creator who might need it. You never know what people are struggling with in silence. And if you want deeper strategy and more resources and a safe space to grow, come join us at creatorsspicytea.co. But until next time, please take care of yourself. Give yourself grace and stay safe, stay sane, and stay thriving.